Have you ever found yourself suddenly lashing out over something tiny? Or maybe you've been there, that feeling of being so overwhelmed you just shut down. Can't even get the words out of your mouth. Like maybe you feel this constant, restless need to escape, to always be on the move. Well, if you've spent even 1 second beating yourself up for those reactions, thinking, geez, what is wrong with me? Then this video is for you. You need to hang out and hear this. Because here's the truth. What I'm describing there is not a character flaw, not in the slightest. You are not messed up and you are not broken. That is your brain on trauma. And understanding the science behind why you actually react that way is the first step to getting back in the driver's seat. So let's get into the why. At its absolute core, your brain has one primary job: to keep you alive. It has this built-in alarm system run by a little part of your brain called the amygdala. The best way to think about it is like a super sensitive smoke detector. When you go through trauma, that smoke detector can get stuck in the on position, becoming hypervigilant. It starts seeing danger everywhere, even when things are perfectly safe. Other people around you might say, you're making things up or you're just being paranoid. No, it's your brain doing exactly what it is supposed to do. You see, here's the key. It's not a glitch. It's not broken. Your brain is trying to protect you based on what it's learned from the past. The problem is, the very things that once kept you safe might now be keeping you stuck. So, in today's video, we're going to break down the 4 main ways that this survival wiring kicks in. You've probably heard of them as the 4 F's of trauma response: fight, flight, freeze, and fawn. Let's get started. Does your fuse feel incredibly short these days? Like you're ready to boil over at any moment? Because that might be the fight response. This is that raw instinct to face a threat head on. But when your brain's alarm is blaring 24/7, fight, 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 it doesn't always mean throw punches. Most often, it looks like a short fuse, like constant irritability, or that desperate need to control everything and everyone that's around you. It's feeling like you have to win every argument, having explosive reactions to minor frustrations, or even just walking around with a clenched jaw all day. This happens because the logical, rational part of your brain, the prefrontal cortex, kind of goes offline when the trauma alarm is ringing. Your brain takes over. So if this sounds familiar, know this. You're not just being difficult. It is a biological reflex trying to beat back a feeling of powerlessness before it gets too close. If this sounds like you, try to notice the physical signs this week: a clenched jaw, tense shoulders. Just notice without judgment. That's the first step. Are you the person who always has to be busy? A master of distraction who can't stand being still? You might recognize the flight response, this powerful urge to get away from the danger. In our world, flight isn't always about physically running. It's the workaholic who never stops, the perfectionist who is terrified of slowing down. It's that constant nagging feeling of, I have to keep busy. They aren't just running towards success. These people are running away from stillness, where uncomfortable feelings just might catch up. These folks would do almost anything to Make like a bird and fly far, far, far away from having to feel those negative things. This can also look like ghosting people, ending relationships abruptly, or feeling claustrophobic and trapped in perfectly normal situations. Your nervous system has learned that escape equals survival, so being still feels incredibly dangerous. That powerful urge to flee is fueled by stress hormones like adrenaline, which are literally designed to help you to get away fast. The next time you feel that urge to just run into work, into a new project, into anything, take one deep breath and ask yourself, what am I trying to get away from right now? Have you ever felt completely stuck? Like your brain just goes offline in a stressful moment? That's freeze. This is a total system overload. It kicks in when your brain decides that fighting is pointless and running isn't an option. So, like a deer in headlights, the only choice left is to become completely still. What does that feel like? It's your mind going blank mid-sentence. It's that sudden, strange feeling of being disconnected from your own body, like you're watching a movie of your life. It's procrastination, feeling stuck, or just feeling numb. Others might see it as you not caring, but on the inside, you might be screaming. This is literally your brain slamming on the emergency brake, trying to conserve energy because the threat just feels too big to handle. If you recognize the freeze response in yourself, practice a little compassion. Try telling yourself, it's okay. My system is just overwhelmed. See how that feels. Do you find it almost physically painful to say no, even when you're already stretched thin? Let's talk about a response that's getting more and more attention, but many people still don't connect it to trauma. Fawn. Fawning is the instinct to manage a threat by appeasing it. It is the deep, ingrained habit of people pleasing in order to stay safe. This response often develops in childhood when learning to please an unpredictable parent or caregiver was the only way to find safety. As an adult, it's that knot in your stomach when you have to say no. It's apologizing for things that aren't at all your fault. It's burying your own needs to keep the peace, all to calm down a perceived threat by being as helpful and as agreeable as possible. Your challenge, should you choose to accept it, is to notice one time this week that you wanted to say no, but didn't. Just see it for what it is, an old survival strategy at work. So, fight, flight, freeze, fawn. These aren't choices you're making. They aren't character flaws. They're not signs that you are weak. They are automatic biological reflexes your body has learned to get you through something terrible. They are a testament of what you have survived. Just recognizing which one is your go-to is a massive step toward healing. So, I have a real question for you, and I'd love to see your honest answers in the comments. Which of these responses do you see in yourself the most? Not the one you wish it was, but the one that hits you in the gut. Be brave. Share it. You'll be amazed at how many other people feel the exact same way. It helps us all feel a little less alone in all of this. Look, these responses once kept you safe, but they might be holding you back now. They might be ending a relationship that shouldn't end. It might be causing you to leave a job that you should just invest in. and work harder. But the most incredible thing about your brain is that it can change. It can learn new ways to feel safe. And understanding that these reactions are biology, not a personal failing, is the key that unlocks everything. It lets you drop the blame and pick up compassion for yourself instead. And from that place, you can finally start teaching your brain that the war is over. The danger has passed, and you are safe now.